The Red Raiders 51-12 on the plate. Maya Davis is at it. And away we go in the second game of our Saturday doubleheader with a foul ball off the bat of Maya Davis against Taylor Tinsley. It's a 6:08 local first pitch here in Oklahoma City. The All Big 12 center fielder Davis slaps one, just foul. Wide of the third base umpire John Baca. Marty Abzetian's down at first. Jim Bertuzzi second.
What makes this changeup so good? I mentioned it before, but she can throw it through the zone and get you to chase it out of the zone like that. That pitch just falls off the table.
In her first college year, 9 for 19 with a double and 2 home runs. Texas Tech trying to figure out ways to score. They've won back-to-back games without an earned run. 1-0 over Ole Miss Thursday. 2-1 over Florida State with a couple of unearned runs in game 2 of Supers last week. Yelling it away, Perez looking on. Another changeup, another strike.
But somehow she just throws that changeup 14% of the time coming into this game. That's that number on the entire season. Last year she threw it 18% of the time. That pitch is so good and hitters chase it constantly.
Tony over to third base. Jordan Woolery to Megan Grant. A clean connection for out number 2. Jerry Glasgow has been to the World Series a few times as an assistant previously at Georgia and Auburn. He was the head coach at Louisiana the last 7 years, 6 regionals, a super regional, but first time he's taken a team here as the head coach. As his number 3 hitter, Alexa Langeliers, fouls away strike 1. Alexa Langeliers, one of several players to come over from Louisiana with Jerry Glasgow. 5 transfers followed him. Only 3 players returned from last year's Tech roster. Tinsley's 0-1. Ball is off the plate, working with lefty Ramirez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramirez is making her 4th consecutive start behind the plate, just her 8th of the year. Took a while to get back there because of injury, but she's been a very steady presence.
The one thing about Nyjah Kennedy, she is going to go right at you. These past few games, she has been keeping her pitch count low. The past 3 games going back to the Super Regional, and then her World Series game, she is throwing 74% strike. She is going at hitters with her stuff.
Savipola is late on strike 1. If there's a difference in the Nyjah Kennedy UCLA saw the last 2 years and this year, is the difference that changeup?
Yeah, a little bit more changeup, throwing that about 5 or 6% more, and then also throwing her rise ball a little bit more too. It's a screwball there. You can always tell with how she finishes with a screwball, which will move away from a left-handed hitter. She will finish with her hand more toward third base. Her rise ball will finish a little bit taller up above her shoulder. There's a screwball. Until you can tell as well that she'll fall more toward the right side, toward third base, trying to angle that pitch on the outside corner to these lefties.
Savipola, a team high 13 straight games on base, hit in every game in the tournament. Pola pops one out of play. .439, the team high batting average. And not just a slapper here in the 2 spot. 20 doubles is one shy of the single season UCLA record. 20 of her 34 total extra base hits. Polo waits back on this changeup, bounces it to second and bounces out to Alexa Langeliers.
She knows so much about that rise ball from Nyjah Kennedy, but her changeup is so difficult to square up and identify out of her hand. Opponents hitting just 127 off of her changeup, and in comparison to her rise ball, 168. Both of those very low, but that changeup does not get hit often.
So 2 away for Jordan Woolery. A first pitch changeup. Woolery hitting .435 in the tournament. Her OPS of 1375, just under her regular season number. And her 86 RBIs tied with Taylor Shoemaker of Florida. And now Reese Atwood of Texas for the most in Division I. Reese Atwood of Texas, of course, are moving on to Monday after a win today. UCLA would like to do that. Rise ball way high, and it's 1-2 for Jordan Woolery. Making her name as maybe one of the great Bruin bombers in history, and she and Megan Grant are the only two UCLA players to homer off of Nyjah in 4 previous starts.
And the home run that Jordan Woolery had off of Nyjah was the first pitch of her at bat to center field, facing her against Stanford. So you saw how aggressive she was to start up this AB, and Nyjah threw her a changeup knowing that she was going to be aggressive.
Walked twice in 3 plate appearances against Oregon on Thursday, and she's aboard to lead off the second tonight. Here is Alexis Lefty Ramirez, a lefty throwing, righty hitting catcher. Victoria Valdez, the long hold there, and a look at Steve Gould wondering where that pitch missed. Jerry Glasgow came out of the dugout to say something as well.
And UCLA has a lot of patience, a lot of discipline at the plate. Nyjah clearly struggling to find the strike zone here early in this inning. Just quite a rarity. You don't see too many moments like this from her.
Kennedy did not walk an Ole Miss batter in Game 1 Thursday of her World Series. 23 batters, 10 strikeouts, no walks. And she's a ball away from walking 2 straight here. Jerry Glasgow is rolling out of the dugout now and barking at Steve Gould as he goes from one entrance of the dugout to the other. There's strike 2. Jerry is fired up right now. He's got to be careful. He's getting a warning here from Steve Gould. Gave him the thumbs up on the way out.
Well, and he's just used to her throwing so many strikes. We had their super regional against Florida State. In the last 3 games, she's only walked 2 batters in 3 games. And so to see her throwing this many balls and back-to-back hitters, Megan Grant with the walk and then a 3-ball count to Ramirez, you're just not used to seeing it from her with her command that she's had lately.
Always wonder how much of that is Jerry really getting hot, how much of that are mind games. Ramirez pop fly to short, snared by Tony for the out. So 1 on and 1 out for the freshman Riley Slimp. Out of Georgetown, Texas. The rare top Texan recruit to get out of the state, or at least out of the area. Oklahoma, LSU, Texas, those big schools which rely on a lot of top Texas recruits, but Riley wanted something different. Wanted to spread her wings a little bit, and she ends up at UCLA, where she was named to the all-freshman team in the Big Ten.
Call a timeout, and she gets out of it.
A full gamut of emotions from the first-year World Series head coach Jerry Glasgow. Here is an assistant before with Georgia and Auburn. Maybe his team can take a good feeling into the batter's box here with Demi Elder, the senior, leading off the third. Tugs a strike from Taylor Tinsley. Remember, it's the third inning, and if you watched on Thursday, you know that the third inning is party time for UCLA, so some of the Bruins are decorating the dugout. I don't think we had balloons on Thursday night or screamers as Elder pops out to Grant.
I think there may have been a run to the store, as reported by Vinny, the SID.
The disco ball is back. It's just ready. It's just ready for some dancing Bruins under there. Strike one to Victoria Valdez. Valdez 1 for 14 here in the tournament. But she's been so valuable as a battery mate for Nyjah Kennedy that any offense really is a bonus. All defensive team in the Big 12.
Demi Elder told me that it's the strongest relationship on the field, the battery mate between Vic Valdez and Nyjah Kennedy. They're different in personalities. Nyjah way more intense and Vic way more relaxed, and so they balance each other out. So especially in moments like that, I envision Vic in the dugout making her laugh a little bit. I was told that in big moments like that, she will do that, always having fun with her pitcher.
Taylor, Jerry Glasgow told us that Vic's a little fireball, and that she was never intimidated by Nyjah, which some players were. When you have an athlete who's done what she's done, who comes in with $1 million NIL deal, Vic Valdez was never one of them.
Well, and the common characteristic about them is that they're both fierce competitors. They just approach it slightly different, with Valdez being a little bit more loose, having fun, giving Kennedy a hard time. At practice the first day that she walked in, kind of pestering her and making fun of her, aggravating her, Coach Glasgow said. Nyjah a little bit more serious.
But we're told by Jerry Glasgow, her funnier moments are around Vic Valdez. Is that the cooling mitt in between innings for Nyjah?
Yeah, that's what that is. A little bit warmer today than the first few days here when we were, or some people, I should say, not we, but some people were wearing blankets around here in Oklahoma City.
You want to name names? Go ahead.
I'll keep it to myself.
Rhymes with Sportney Wild in the dirt 3-2 for Valdez.
And Texas Tech is going to need to start laying off of that pitch like Valdez just did. That changeup in the dirt.
7th pitch to Valdez, trying to be the second Red Raider to reach. A foul pop instead. That will be caught. Just hung up there long enough for Willery to get it at the wall.
Good job by Woolery of just hustling over as quick as she can against all the camera people over there, and Taylor trying to get out of the way, but finds the fence and the ball stays right where it needs to so that she can make the catch, and Dorian, our camera guy, also gets out of the way.
Great athleticism by Dorian. Great athleticism by Taylor. And a 1-2-3 third inning for Bailey Lindemuth. Time to party in the UCLA dugout.
Invest a little bit more into the party, too, because it was clearly working. The next inning, Alexis Ramirez hit a home run, then the walk-off home run by Clements. The party just kept on going after the third inning for the Bruins in the second part of the game.
And Clements lines this ball to left. Pretty well hit, but right at Demi Elder. Nyjah Kennedy gets it out in the third. There's the world's tiniest piñata. You think there's even candy in there? Maybe just like 6 loose Skittles. And will somebody hit it to find out? Savannah Pola will hope to keep the party going. Really start the party at the plate. UCLA with just a hit, 2 walks so far. They had Kennedy on the ropes in the second. Oh, Kelly I is in on the party now. Incredible stuff from Kelly Inouye Perez.
I
Who's the same stoic look on her face, but a hat on her head.
Yeah, and I've seen many reliable sources that back in the day of UCLA, from all the alums, this did not used to happen. This would not happen, but my how the times have changed.
One hopper right to Tony. It's short, and there are two down quickly for Kennedy. Nyjah threw 24 pitches, only 11 strikes in that second inning. 5 pitches, 4 strikes here. Now Jordan Woolery with 2 down. Rips the first pitch. Big swing on a rise ball.
And she's so aggressive early in the count.
First pitch swinging both at bats. Grounded out to short on 5 pitches her first time.
No surprise that you'd want to be aggressive against Nyjah, but I like the blend that you've seen from UCLA of being aggressive against good pitches. Back in the second inning, they were really patient, making her work, and went deep into some counts. Leadoff walk to Megan Grant, so they have a really nice balance of that aggressiveness and knowing what they're looking for. A lot of experience, remember, against Nyjah Kennedy last year.
Wicked changeup to Woolery. She's got a half smile on her face after strike 2.
That pitch is just so good. I feel like the entire stadium could know that that pitch was coming, and it's just still so tough to hit.
He's going to double up. Oh, she started into the stump.
It's a great take by Jordan Woolery to hold back. Saw the pitch before. She goes back to back with it. It is just a little bit too low, and she holds back with the barrel.
Will she triple up? Back to the hard stuff. Grounded over to second. And Nyjah Kennedy decides to break up the party. UCLA may keep it going in their dugout, but we are scoreless through 3. The bubble's flying here in Oklahoma City. But when you have a walk-off home run on Thursday and everybody's wearing hats, kind of have no choice.
That's right.
You'll suffer some chin lines for a day if you must. No score, Tech and UCLA. The loser has a pretty quick turnaround and has to play tomorrow in the early game against Tennessee. The winner gets the day off. Winner gets to play Monday night against either Oklahoma, who's now dropped into this side of the bracket with a loss, or Oregon. Those two will play tomorrow night. Now the winning team here will start the World Series 2-0, and that is a recipe for success.
Texas Tech's got to get something going off of Tinsley. A lot of pop-ups first time through, trying to get the top half of the ball second time through and make adjustments. Biggest things that you want to see from them now is get the top half of the ball and avoid that changeup that's in the dirt that they've been chasing the first time through.
The second 3-ball count for Tinsley. Maya Davis, the leadoff hitter for Texas Tech. Takes strike 2. Taylor Tinsley hit Lauren Allred in the second. A couple of batters later, Nyjah Kennedy popped into a double play in what looked like a hit and run. So Tinsley has faced the minimum through 3. Her only strikeout.
Tinsley able to go inside with her curveball and just blow it back past Maya Davis, who has now struck out twice. Once on a change, once on a curveball. Another leadoff out.
Retired 3 of the 4 leadoff hitters. Haley Toney in the air to left field. 2 quick outs. Texas Tech has not put the leadoff runner on outside of Allred in the second at this World Series. 10 out of 11 innings. Texas Tech's leadoff hitter has failed to reach base. And the Red Raiders have just 1 run.
I know that
11 innings.
I know that stings for Jerry Glasgow, which is this lack of run production that Texas Tech has had in the past couple of weekends in the Super Regional and then here at the World Series. He is an offensive-minded coach. He wants a ton of runs. He wants the long ball. He just dreams about hitting. So you know that this is tough for him to see. He wants runs and adjustments.
I should say 10 innings. They only hit 6 times on Thursday, but Jerry Glasgow's team has made it here despite 0 earned runs in the last 2 games. Nyjah Kennedy has had to be just about perfect, which we said time and again the last 2 years at Stanford.
Yeah, she's used to coming here and not having a ton of run production while she's been here. So she's used to pitching in close games, scoreless games, 1-run games.
The funny thing there is Stanford this year turned into one of the best offensive teams in the country, in different leagues, of course, but Nyjah's old team actually about 40 more home runs than Texas Tech, but Stanford obviously didn't have the same level of pitching, and they went down in Game 7 in the regional to Oregon. Alexa Langoliers into right field. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Taylor Tinsley has not allowed a hit or a walk, just a hit batter through 4. Back to the Pony World Series in Marion, Illinois, went undefeated and won the title. Moved to Johnson City High School so his daughter Tara could play there because they said Jerry could coach. So he became a high school assistant coach, and this journey led him through travel ball and all the way to college ball. Megan Grant with a fly ball deep to right. That's tracked down by Alana Johnson. A lot of stops along the way, Amanda, and it eventually led him to the World Series. Obviously here as a coach, but he was at the World Series as a dad with his middle daughter, Erin, who was your former teammate at Texas A&M.
Yeah, played with her 1 year in 2008 when we made the Champ Series. There's Erin hitting, and you see Jerry in the background as a dad. So what just a unique story that Jerry Glasgow started out as a softball dad, then a softball coach, and then gradually got to higher and higher levels, winning ASA 18U Gold Nationals, and then becoming a college coach as an assistant, and then a head coach at Louisiana, and now a head coach here playing at the World Series. The trajectory and the timeline of him making it here is just one that I haven't personally ever seen here. Very unique, and just a softball family and a softball dad at his heart.
Was never a collegiate player. He's played a whole lot of slow pitch softball, coached his daughters for a long time at the youth level. Ramirez fouls away in 0-2. He didn't go from men's fast pitch, get into the world. No, he got his first college job at the ripe young age of 51, a head coach for the first time at 60, and gets put in charge of a program with now all these resources, a ton of NIL money at age 65. His daughter, Tara Archibald, the pitching coach, and
coming into this game, hitting just 158 off of a changeup.
Kennedy out for a pinch runner to a very animated group of Red Raiders who have 2 in scoring position and only 1 out. Michaela Garcia in as a pinch runner. Texas Tech's 6th hit, 2nd extra base hit of the World Series. It's Kennedy who leads their team with a .705 slugging percentage, dropping in the double. And now Jerry Glasgow wants a moment to bring his offense and his hitter Demi Elder together.
It's a huge opportunity for a team that's really struggled to put runs on the board.
Watch Lauren Allred here. Jerry Glasgow stops, and then waves the right arm almost as if he was pointing her home, but he had the stop sign out first, deciding to play it a little more safely there.
I saw that with Karen Weekly earlier in the tournament as well. And they're facing Oklahoma.
Gets the right call given the situation and the hitter here.
I would send her. I would send her. I love the aggressiveness and so many things that could go wrong for the defense.
Jerry Glasgow is going to put this inning in the hands of Demi Elder. Missed the first half of the season with a quad injury. And since her return, Texas Tech's gone 27-3. An incredible leader, one of 3 returning players from a year ago. With the infield pitched in, Elder takes ball 1 high, and it's 1-1. "153rd game of a Tech career that's gotten better every season." Ball. Tinsley does have a base open here. Valdez on deck, though she's often removed for a pinch hitter. And it's 2-2.
And a lot of balls in the air off the bats of the Texas Tech hitters. Now would be a great time to drive one to the outfield in the air for a sacrifice fly, score the first run of this game. Infield is pinched in, but just haven't been a ton of balls on the ground at all.
9 outs in the air, 4 of those to the outfield. All Reds at third, and that ball's out of play. It's still 2-2 for Demi Elder.
I think you got to go to your changeup in the dirt here. This is a pitch that Tinsley loves to throw, that changeup, and even though there's a runner in third base, you have to trust lefty Ramirez to be able to block it and keep it. See if she left early from third base and review that.
I mean, it's a desperate heave of a challenge maybe, but it's worth it to try for Kelly Inouye Perez.
The ruling on the field is the runner did not leave early at third. That play's under review.
You don't see this. This is not a norm at the World Series in our sport. This is so rare to see, and that's why it is such a gutsy call. Left on time, this is going to stand. I mean, she's even a little bit late, and she still stole home like that very easily.
My, oh my.
Then Valdez stays there a little longer. She's blocking the peripheral vision of Ramirez.
Jerry Glasgow on an 0-2 count.
The ruling on the field is upheld. The runner did not leave early.
Oh, the Riverboat Gambler wearing Red Raider colors. That is a satisfied smirk on Texas Tech's 3rd steal of home this season. What a call. And they're chanting his name in the Tech crowd. It's not the Springer Show. It's all about Glasgow here.
Well, and the one thing I think to remember is the fact that lefty Ramirez calls pitches and calls the game for Taylor Tinsley. So when you're doing that, you're so focused on where that pitch just landed. How did the hitter take it? Where is she in the box? What's the situation? What's the count? That you get so locked in to being with your pitcher that you can lose sight and forget about that runner at third base. And I think that's exactly what happened.
Ball. He put on a couple of plays in a super regional at Florida State. Put on a hit and run, put on a first and third that, as he said, was a first and third that every coach in America knew I would call. Maybe I'm stupid, but he also said the one thing I want my team to know is I'm not going to be timid. I'm going to coach aggressively. Did he ever? 3-2 now for Valdez. Elder is in scoring position. She moved up on the back end of that double steal.
Well, and that's the type of play that just gives your team so much energy and is a real jolt to the other team. Like, whoa, what just happened? That's his wife, Vicky, in the stands.
And, you know, we saw Texas Tech pinch hit Reagan Jennings for Valdez. Game one, we've seen them do that a couple of times. If you pinch hit Jennings, you got a lefty up there. So keeping Valdez in there helped obscure the lane for Ramirez. All part of the master plan. Valdez pops it up, and she is working a great at-bat in the middle of all this. Ninth pitch coming to Valdez. Texas Tech with the game's first run on a straight steal of home. They get out. Back-to-back Ks for Kennedy.
It's like a screwball moving away from Terry. See the way that Nyjah Kennedy finishes to make sure that that pitch finishes about a ball off the plate. What a response from Kennedy after giving up that home run. Back-to-back strikeouts at the bottom of the order.
Jessica Clemens 2 down. Lays down a bunt to third. Lindemuth, the freshman, throws her out. A steal of home at the top of the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors apiece. Texas Tech and UCLA. The loser has a very quick turnaround. Has to play Tennessee at 2 Eastern, 1 local tomorrow. That game will be on ABC. That will be an elimination game, likely against Tennessee's Carlin Pickens. This ball slapped by the pinch hitter Logan Holloman, and there is a fine play by the shortstop Bragg, who just hit the home run. And remember, we're just a few days away from Game 1 of the Women's College World Series Finals. They begin Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 7 local on ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Texas is a win away from getting there. One of these teams will be a win away from getting there as well. 36 of the 42 national champs, remember, have started off 2-0. That's 85%. And 65 of the 84 teams that have started 2-0 have reached the finals. That's 77%. So math is on your side if you win your first 2 games. 0-2 Maya Davis. Couple of strikeouts today. A chopper to second. Another ground out. Savvy Pola, who hasn't made an error this year, makes it cleanly. Just has a little different feeling today, knowing that Oklahoma, who's won the last 4 national titles, lost. And they are now a game away from elimination. They'll play Oregon at 6 Eastern, 5 local tomorrow night. That game will be over on ESPN2. And the winner of this game will play Monday night against the winner of that one, Oregon, Oklahoma. Winner of this game will only need 1 win to advance to the Champ Series. And the Oregon, Oklahoma winner will need 2. 2-0 to Haley Toney. Taylor Tinsley just a run on 2 hits and a hit batter today.
I haven't seen that changeup as much in the middle to these later innings. Maybe because of the Kennedy hit off of that changeup in the back of their minds. There it is. Trying to see if she would chase in a hitter's count.
Would you like to see it a little more if you're a UCLA fan?
Yeah, I'd like to see it a little bit more through the zone and that 2-1 count. Just not throwing it as much.
Tony very late on that pitch.
Yeah. No need to go back to the changeup if she's that late on your hard stuff. And this AB.
A freshman who has some power. Team high 13 doubles, 6 homers as well. Ready for a 3-2, and she fouls it back.
You just gave your team the lead.
Her 7th of the year, her 3rd of the NCAA tournament. A player who was originally committed to Texas Tech before Jerry Glasgow took the job. In that period between Craig Snyder leaving Texas Tech and Jerry Glasgow getting the job, when Jerry was still the head coach at Louisiana, he went to see Haley Toney thinking maybe I can flip this player because of the coaching change. Then he ends up at Texas Tech, and Haley firms up her commitment. A player-coach match made in Oklahoma heaven. Pretty amazing to see these players in their first year of college, their first year on this World Series stage, come through.
And she has opposite field power as well. We saw that earlier in the NCAA tournament, but clearly showing that she has the pull power too. It was a beautiful swing.
And 2 home runs against Raylene Chafin were to the backside of the field. This one right out to the pitch clock in right center. 1-2 for Alexa Langeliers. Chop to the right side. Pola not in time. She had not made an error all year. We'll wait for an official scoring decision, but Tech has a base runner. And there's her first error of the season.
It's trying to knock it down. Still a hard hit, and Langeliers knew that since it pulled her up the middle of the field that maybe she was going to have a chance to still get down to first base, and hustled it out. Backing up that home run with another base runner.
Jerry Glasgow takes another offensive timeout. A 2-out homer by Toney, then an error, and Nyjah Kennedy, who has the lead again, is lying in wait. Now Lauren Allred, who's reached base both times, try to continue the 6th inning surge. There's the changeup. Jerry Glasgow had talked about it before and during this World Series. He was a little worried about his offense, not worried about his pitching or his defense or really his base running. But the at-bats have been better the last couple of innings. And with the best ERA in the nation, you don't need much. Ramirez and Slimp will bring the winning run to the plate.
Looking early in the count. Now she gets something hard. That rise ball is a low rise. Got a ball over the plate. Great piece of hitting by Riley Slimp to hit that pitch hit that pitch right back up the middle where it was pitched. I mean, great piece of hitting by the freshman. Cause a timeout for Jerry Glasgow to come out, Tara Archibald to come out. Really talk this one over. That was a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. The last inning, this is a totally different approach from UCLA here in the 7th.
UCLA had 2 hits in its first 22 batters. They have 2 hits on their last 2 pitches. And now Kanaya Bragg is the game-winning run for UCLA. And this is the last pitch she saw.
And she probably won't be getting many rise balls at her eyes. I mean, unbelievable swing to hit that out of the park, opposite field with 2 strikes. This game, just punches have been thrown back and forth ever since the 5th inning. It has been so much fun to watch.
They already have 2 walk-off home runs here in the NCAA tournament. Bragg with 10 home runs on the year. Ready for a first pitch. Waited back on that changeup, and it's an infield fly. She couldn't quite time it. It's out number 1.
You can tell these hitters are just hunting early in the count too. A lot of first pitch swings, trying to hit early in the count.
This is Sophia Mujica, who got the start Thursday in as a pinch hitter. Another freshman. Mujica has 8 home runs on the year and swings through 74 deep into the game for strike 1. First and second, 1 away. Valdez tried to frame it. Steve Gould says a little high for ball 1. Walk-off home run from Jessica Clemens Thursday. Jordan Woolery hit a walk-off in Supers. And now 2-1 for Mujica. 4 for 15 as a pinch hitter this year. 1 of those 4 was a home run. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Nyjah looking for the finishing touch. Too tall. What do you think?
Go with the changeup. Gutsy call on a full count. Got to locate it for a strike, but I'd go for the changeup.
The 3rd team to win their first 2 games in their World Series debut since the turn of the century. Oklahoma, who won the title, James Madison 4 years ago, and now Jerry Glasgow's gambling, stealing, power hitting, power pitching Red Raiders, who take down the most vaunted program in college softball history in their first appearance at the World Series.
I mean, Nyjah Kennedy just makes pitches whenever she needs to. UCLA had some moments of traffic on the base pass back in the 2nd, and then of course there in the